Hey guys, what's up? Today I have a mod and tank review for you guys, and it is the Playboy Luxe Box Mod and the Vixen Sub-Ohm Tank. I'll start off with a quick vape just to show you guys the performance of both of these together. The box goes up to 150 watts and it has temperature control. Like with all my other things, I have things that I like about it and things that I don't like about it, so I'll just start off by saying the things that I do like about it. So first things first, the interface itself, I like for the most part. It's very easy to use, 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. Something that I like about it is that if you are continuously holding it for more than 10 seconds, it'll automatically shut off, which is great because I'm crazy and paranoid, so I always imagine it, like if I leave it in my car while I go to like a grocery store or something, I imagine it like firing and then my car just like setting on fire. So if you guys are kind of paranoid like I am, that does give me some kind of peace of mind. You click the button 3 times to switch between the wattage and then the temp control. Since it does have that temperature control, it gives you a lot of, versatility with what you want to build. You can use different kinds of wires and you basically have almost no restrictions when it comes to this. It doesn't really smell like leather, but apparently this is genuine leather, which may be a plus. That's kind of different from other mods that you see around. It also comes in different colors. They came out with like a pink and like a turquoise one for like a limited time, but I think the permanent colors are white, brown, and black. And I think with black it comes with, this is the black hardware, but there are also ones with the silver accent or gold accent. And I know I'm not talking about the tank yet, but the tank also has different colors and variations that will match the mod perfectly. It's a fairly compact size, but there still is like a good weight to it. It's still like kind of on the heavier side, especially with the batteries, but it's not as heavy as my IPv4 or anything, so it's really not bad at all. Honestly, it works the way it should for the most part, which I will touch up on when I talk about the things I don't like about it. Now I do have a few tips with this, the first one being the actual like cosmetic part of it. I'll show you guys a close-up, but there are parts where it isn't completely aligned around the button evenly, and I don't like that. You can see the seam in the back where they connect. Another thing that I have issues with is the lock. You hold down the 2 little buttons for the lock to pop up, and I'll set it at say like 50 watts and I'll lock it, and then I'll vape it for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, wait, why can't, like, I feel like it's not firing, and then I'll look at it and it went back to 3 watts for some strange reason. If I switch to temperature control real quick and then switch back, it'll also go back to 3 watts. So yeah, I mean, I might just have a defective one, but I don't like that the lock doesn't work and I need to keep checking back on it. But I haven't heard anybody else complain about this, so I think it really just might be me. Another thing that I don't like about this is the battery door. It's the type that slides open, and it's easy to slide open, but when there's batteries in there and you're trying to close it, maybe I'm just weak, but it's kind of hard to close for me. So I wish it had presets. I wish I could click through my different presets and save them to the kind of wattages that I use most often with the different addies and tanks that I have. But with a lot of other box mods, they don't have that feature either, so it's not too big of a deal. There is a short 0.7 second delay when you're firing this, which is a good thing if you don't like the pop rocks you get if you're using an RDA. I'll show you guys an example. You don't notice this as much with a tank. With my other mods, it'll usually just fire straight at the wattage I set it at right away. This is a Tesla 2 and it's an unregulated mod, and I'll show you guys how fast this fires. This one's basically like right away, but at the same time it's not a very long period at all, so also not a huge deal, but something that I want to mention. So those are basically my overall thoughts. I know it isn't super in-depth just because all the specs about it you can find and I'll list in the description box, and I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on it, things that I liked and what I didn't like about it, and the kind of issues that I was having with it. Onto the Vixen tank. The tank overall, I like it a lot. It gives fairly good vapor production. And in addition, they make a lot of different coils. They make nickel coils as well for this, and Clapton coils, both of which you should use with temp control, but I honestly prefer the 10 coils better just because Like I mentioned before, with the temperature control of this, it keeps moving back to the default setting, so I feel like I don't get a good use out of it. And with my other stuff, I don't really use temperature control often, so that's one thing. I also like that since the tank is not made of glass and it's made of like a plastic, it makes it a lot lighter to carry around. It's not too bulky or anything. I think it's a perfect size. Also, the adjustable airflow is really convenient. Something that I will say about the airflow though is that it moves kind of easily. So if you're not careful, you can kind of move it around a lot when you're just using it generally, and you kind of need to check back on it. And yeah, I mean, it works like it's supposed to. The coils you can use with the Heracles or Heracles and the Atlantis, I think, as well. They have a list of the compatible tanks that work with the Playboy coils. For some reason, when I was switching out the coils, there was an instance where I was having trouble with them. I put like 2 different coils in and both of them would not burn properly or weren't working. But then again, that could just be user error, because after I switched those out, I put in a different one. It worked perfectly fine. I don't know if it's user error or if it's the coils problems, but also something that nobody else has mentioned, so I don't know if it's just me or not. Some of the tanks come with the metal drip tips, but with this one, it has like this like black coating around it, and the black coating kind of scratches off easily. Like, I was just using it regularly for a few days, and there are parts where the black kind of scraped off. But if you do end up picking up the tank, it does come with the extra black piece that you can switch out. So I'm thinking maybe they kind of anticipated that this would happen, so they included the extra in there. But yeah, overall, great tank. It retails for I think $30, which is not bad. That's pretty average. I think the vapor production is probably better than the Kanger sub-ohm tanks that I've tried. And the subverter maybe that I mentioned back, I think that these two are about the same. It has a 2.5 mil liquid capacity, which can last me like a day and a half, I would say. They also say that you can fill it from the top or the bottom, but I have trouble filling it from the top. Like the top, I can't get it off normally. Yeah, so I would have to take both sides off, put the bottom back on, and then fill it from the top, which kind of defeats the purpose, because if I'm already taking it off, I might as well just fill it from the bottom. The kind of perimeter that you have to fill the juice with, it's really narrow, I feel like, so it's really easy to spill your juice, which has happened to me a few times. But also, if you're careful, not a big deal. If you're using a needle nose, also not a big deal. It's just if you're pouring it from like a 120 ml bottle or something, or yeah, if you're just pouring it in general, it's kind of difficult to fill it. As my Christmas or holiday gift to you guys, I'll be giving away this Playboy Vixen tank, and it is in the black on black color. Rules are easy. Be a subscriber and comment down below what your favorite holiday tradition is. I'll be messaging the winner in about 2 weeks. If you don't respond to my message in 48 hours, I will have to choose another winner, so be sure to keep an eye on your inbox. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I know my viewership isn't like crazy high, but honestly, because that I have you guys, I do get to give away this cool stuff and review all this cool stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Happy holidays, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! It's so good. Like, it really just tastes like sour belt, but less sour, because I don't like very sour things.